Hi, my name is Angela Lin, founder of Social Media for Hire. In this video, I want to give you the website do's and don'ts to boost your sales and cost savings for your small to medium business. So what's important for your small to medium business? Well, let's go back to the basics of a business. You want to be able to increase your sales and get cost savings to decrease your costs. This will ultimately result in you being able to increase your profit. Now, if we go into increasing your sales, you can do this by increasing the number of prospects that come through your store. You can persuade customers to buy and improve on your communication so that they're more willing to buy. You can make it easier for people to buy, offer it in more convenient locations or easier ways for them to purchase. You can also work on getting them to buy more often from you. So all of these will allow you to increase your sales. For our first part, how to increase prospects and referrals. Well, you can do so by showing up higher for search results. And this is often known as search engine optimization or SEO. So what this means is essentially when a customer today, they want to look for a service, 80% of them actually go online to first research the product or service, and meaning your company will be one of the results that come up. So how can you increase your ranking in terms of search results so that you're showing up higher for the search results? Because the higher you are, the more likely that the customer will come to your site as opposed to going to a competitor. Well, one of the things that you can do is actually search engine optimization or SEO. It depends on the number of web pages that you have dedicated to specific keywords. What this means is that the way that Google and other search engines think is if a particular web page has a specific keyword appear multiple times or a lot in that web page as opposed to other web pages, then Google will start thinking that, hey, this web page is really relevant because it seems like the specific keyword appears a lot on this web page, so this is probably something that will educate the customer on what this keyword is about. So for example, let's say you're a realtor in Calgary. Then what happens is if you have more web pages that have the keywords Calgary realtor appear quite often on your web pages, then Google will think it's more relevant when a potential customer types in Calgary realtor. Google will come, sees that you have a lot of web pages that include the keywords Calgary realtor, so they'll rank you higher, as opposed to if somebody had web pages with maybe Calgary realtor appearing on it only once or twice on that web page. So that's one of the aspects, not the only aspect, to help you increase your ranking. Another thing is how frequent do you have new content on your website? And the reason for this is because the search engines, they want to be able to provide their users with timely information that's up to date. So what they do is they'll look to see if content that's more new as compared to content that was developed maybe a couple weeks ago, couple months, couple years ago, then Google will actually rank the web page that has the newer content higher in terms of search results because it thinks that it's more up to date. So you want to ensure that either through blog or other changes to your content on your website, you want to make those changes frequently to be able to give Google and the other search engines something to show them that your website has timely and up-to-date information to help you rank higher. Another thing is, how many listings do you have on the web on other sites and directories? So when the search engines come and take a look at your business, or when customers are trying to find products or services that may be related to your business, what happens is Google and other search engines, they will look to see if information about your company appears elsewhere. So it's important to have things like Google places the information in there listed out so that Google or other search engines can easily sort through and provide their users with the most relevant business. So you want to make sure, for example, for Google Places, you want to make sure your information's filled in about what your company does, the keywords, your store hours, your website, your contact info in terms of your phone number, and so forth. This way, the more listings that you have on the web and other directories to the search engines, this means that your business is more credible because it's obviously listed elsewhere, and because you have the information filled out in terms of your business, so it can actually return your business as a result to the user who might be searching for your product or service. Another thing to help you increase the number of prospects and referrals is through social media. So social media has gotten quite big over these past few years, and it should there's some components to your website that you should add for social media. So one of the things is that you should install Facebook comments on it, whether it be for your blog posts or for particular pages related to your products or services. And the reason why this is important is because, let's say I go to your website and I see your blog post, or I see your products or services page, and I have something good to say about it. So I'll write down my comment in Facebook comments, and then as soon as I click on comment, it'll appear on your website. But not only that, all of my Facebook friends will see that I made a comment on your website, and depending on what I wrote, this may or may not be good for your business, because if I wrote something positive or something negative, then all of my friends will see it. Now, if I did write something positive, and because my friends are likely to share similar interests with me, then let's say I like real estate, typed in Calgary Realtor, this Calgary Realtor is fantastic, and I have friends who are on Facebook who are also in real estate. So they see my comment and they're interested because, hey, they might be looking for a good realtor. So they'll come, and actually they can click right on my Facebook comment and it'll take them directly back to your site. So this is a great way to have automatic referrals and automatic prospect generation, because if your potential customers or your customers write on your website using Facebook comments, all of their friends will see it, and those that have similar interests can come directly to your site. You should also be able to allow visitors to easily share your content for your blog posts or your web pages. So you want to have various sharing buttons, not only just Twitter, Facebook, Google+, LinkedIn, and so forth. You want to be able to offer other options to them, because you're not sure what your potential customer is most active on in terms of social media sites. So you want to be able to provide a platform for them and have the option for them to share your content with the social media sites that they're most active on, because that typically means they have the most number of friends, most number of followers, and people to share it with, and that's what you want. Your social media on your website, you should also prominently display all of your social media links so that visitors can easily connect with you and continue to be your follower. Now, so this means having your blog link, your link to your Twitter profile, Facebook fan page, your LinkedIn group or profile, and your YouTube channel. And you can even continue to add on plugins using, for example, Facebook. You can add this plugin right here that you see right here on your website so that people can see all of the other people who have joined your Facebook fan page. And this is sort of social psychology in that when people see that other people have liked you on your Facebook fan page or became subscribers on your YouTube channel, etc., then they'll be more likely to join because they'll see that, hey, somebody has already joined. They obviously like you, and so it removes the risk for them because what happens is that they'll think, oh, okay, a lot of people have already joined and like this company. So this must mean that the company is doing something right, or it's a good company to continue to follow. And then so it increases the chances of them becoming a follower of yours. Now, email signups. A lot of websites don't have email signups, which I think is a big mistake. And the reason for that is because let's say somebody comes to your website, whether it be through just them searching or perhaps you paid for their click, then they come to your website. Within 10 seconds, they decide whether or not they want to stay on your website. And if there's nothing that connects them to your website, to the content on your website, then they leave, never come back again, and actually end up going to a competitor. So that means you just lost the sale, and you just helped your competitor made a sale. And so now if you were to be able to offer an email sign up, then this means that potentially the visitor can put their email address in, and then from there you'll be able to start communicating with them and continue that conversation to persuade them to buy your products and services. So this builds a relationship with the potential customer as opposed to them just coming to your site, seeing nothing there for them to connect with, and leaving to your competitor forever. Now, if you had the following options, which one would you pick? So the first one is where I see what I see on a lot of websites, which is simply sign up for our newsletter. Okay, and then the other one is where some of the other sites will have, which is actually offering something for free in return for them signing up for their email list. So for me, for example, I have 2+ hours of free video training to help improve your marketing, sales, and referrals, as well as a free tip or video each week. So out of these two, if you were a potential customer, which one would you pick? Alright, so for me, and it's your own option, but for me, I would pick the second one. Why? Because the first one, in terms of newsletter, well, I don't really need information overload. I mean, I already have a lot of information as it is. So I don't know what your newsletter is about. It might be clogging up my emails, and I simply don't want it. And the second one, I know what I'm getting, and this might be information that's actually useful to me. And hey, it's free training. I mean, who wouldn't want that? So when you're developing your email list, and you should have one for your website regardless of what kind of business that you operate, whether you're a local business, you're an internet business, you're a brick and mortar business, small, medium business, whatever industry you're in, you should always have an email sign up to start engaging that potential customer in conversation. So to get their email, you have to give them a big reason. Why should they sign up? mean newsletter is not enough. Sorry to tell you the news, but newsletter is not enough. Neither is simply offers and discounts. So what you can do and what can actually build your expertise and build your brand in their mind is actually a free report or videos to help them solve their problem or reach their goals. Let's face it, when a customer or a potential customer comes to your website, they're obviously trying to find a solution to something. So if you're able to help them and give them something for free to help them in that endeavor, then they're more likely to reciprocate and buy from you. Another thing that you could do is you can offer a monthly contest of, let's say, $50 off your products and services. Now, the reason why this works, and it's worked for my local business clients as well, is because of the fact that you're giving them something. So they come to your website looking for some solution that may be related to your product or service. So if you give them an incentive such as potentially winning something that can help them solve their problem, then they're more likely to give you their email address, and this will also help increase your sales. The reason is because, let's say that person who won the monthly contest, they might have never came into your store or contacted your business to purchase from you. But now, because they have $50 to spend, so they'll come in, buy from you, and chances are when they come shop from you, they probably will spend more than just $50. So not only have you increased your sales, you might have also got a customer who would have never otherwise came into your business to buy from you. So if they liked their experience, then they'll continue to come back and purchase from you again. Now, once you get their email, what should you do with that email? Well, you should set up an email marketing campaign. And the goal of this is you first want to educate people on tips to solve their problems or reach their goals, because that's why they sign up for your email list in the first place. So you want to give them some tips on that. Then you want to position your products and services as the solution to their problem. So you give them a few tips, give them useful tips that they can actually implement, and in the end you want to also present your product or service to help them. So this way it'll allow you to start building your sales and building your brand, because they can forward those emails to their friends and family as well. Now you can also offer members only discounts for your email list, so that only people who are on your email list get certain discounts. And this way, from time to time, you can send these out. What they'll do is they'll tell their friends about it, who will come and join your email list, and it can end up growing your sales, because the more people that tell other people about your products and services or about your discounts, the more likely that your referrals will grow, and ultimately your sales will grow. Another thing that often business owners don't do, because, hey, let's face it, got so much going on that we don't always have the time to figure out, well, what's been working? What are the things that are providing us with success, and what's not working? So you definitely want to do that for your marketing and for your website presence to measure your success through site statistics. You want to know, how did people find you? What websites or perhaps search results, how did they come to find you in the first place? Why you should figure that out? Well, once you figure that out, that means you can be more active in those places or on those websites, so that even more people can come find you. Work on what's working already, work on what's successful already. Don't try to figure out, well, okay, I didn't get any leads from this one website that I partnered up with. So I'm going to continue to spend my effort on this one website when I could be spending my efforts on the other websites that's giving me more leads to my website. So you also want to track your site statistics in terms of what keywords people typed in to find you. So this way, you'll be able to know what keywords to start including on your web content or in your blog post to make it even more relevant for Google and help Google and other search engines rank you higher when potential customers are looking for you. And third, figure out what pages did they visit. The reason this is important is because this indicates which products and services are most popular, or what information are people most likely to be interested in. Then what you do is you start providing more information that's related. Because if a lot of people are coming to visit this one product or service or this page, and so you want to be able to help those people find out even more information. And also, because of the fact that it shows that there's something popular, you'll be able to increase your sales as well. Now, another thing is to help you increase sales is increasing the buying frequency. So you want to increase the how often they buy. And so one of the things that you can do is you can start by persuading them to buy more often. How can you do that? Well, one of the features on your website is you can have a photo gallery or photos to showcase your project, your products and services, or a virtual tour of your business. People are visual. If you think about it, if I were to just have words on this page without this picture, as compared to if I were to have a picture here along with the words, well, which one is more likely to persuade you? And which one is more likely to make an impression in your memory about my business? Chances are the picture will probably be the one to help you remember things. And they say that a picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, this feature, by having pictures of your products, your services, your business, it helps to build your brand in that potential customer's mind. And it can also help you increase sales because, let's say, certain things, that photo, without it, it's not going to be able to let the customer fully appreciate what your products and services can offer. You can also have videos, which are actually a growing trend, and actually people prefer videos over photos over words because it's something interactive. Think about how many people watch TV, alright? So people starting from almost when they're born to people who are older, people who might not be tech savvy. But hey, if you show them a video, they can understand it. But maybe if you tell them to go use various social media sites, that might not work. But a video, people get it. It's like watching TV. So you want to have videos because it's interactive. And you can have something like customer testimonials. So what you'll see here on my website are actually customer testimonials. And the powerful thing in this is that if you can actually get your customers to say great things about you, and not only is it written down, and with their image, but actually have them talk about it. This just makes your business a lot more trustworthy, a lot more credible, and a lot more likely for that potential customer to buy from you. Another type of video that you can produce are product or service tutorials to educate them on why they should buy your products. So you can explain the difference between your product and a competitor's product or service, or explain what they should look for when purchasing similar products, and some tips to help educate them on solving their problems or achieving their goals with your products or services. So all of these are fantastic ways to help you persuade them to buy. Now, if you are selling products, then something else is the customer and shopping cart, which, depending on if you're offering products for sale online or not, or even if you just have products in your local store that you want to showcase, you want to have the option for customers to be able to compare products, because it's important. Nowadays, everybody knows that there's always another option out of the millions of other competing websites for your customers' attention. So you want to be able for them to compare products to showcase why yours is better. Provide them with a chance to have customer reviews. The reason why customer reviews are so important is because people will purchase things based on what other people say, even if they don't know them or even if they've never met them. Think about it this way. When you went, let's say you were looking for a restaurant, and let's say you found a restaurant that you'd never tried before. What would you do? Probably you'll go online, search up the restaurant, and look for customer reviews. See what they say about what their food tastes like, how their service is. And so customer reviews make a huge impact in how likely that potential customer will buy from you. You can also have the option of add to wish lists, and this just helps them think about the fact that, hey, this is something that I do want to get. So after we talk about how it's easier to persuade them to buy, you want to make it easy for them to buy. So one of the biggest things that I have an issue with is a lot of times when people on their website, they'll list out their contact information, and they might just simply put address 123 ABC Street. Great. So as the potential customer, I see your address, to go look it up on the map and then figure out how to get there. Well, something super simple is by actually having that map on your website. And then when people want to figure out how they can get to your store or business, then they can simply click onto the map and it'll take them to Google so that they can type in their address, and it'll show them exactly how they can go from their location to your business. So this just saves them time in terms of having to look up where you are. You can also have appointment and reservation scheduling, meaning customers can easily go online and make their appointment and make their reservations instead of having to call you and wait on the line. So a lot of times this is what happens. A customer might call your staff or call you to schedule an appointment. Be like, hey, I want to come in tomorrow at 9. And then the conversation, your staff might answer, oh, I'm sorry, 9's taken up. How about 10? Oh, sorry, I can't do 10. How about 3 tomorrow? No, 3 doesn't work. We already have somebody scheduled. Okay, how about the next day? And so this conversation might continue for a good while. And during this time, the customer gets frustrated. Your staff can't take other calls because they're trying to deal with this one customer. Whereas if you put it online, customers can simply see all of the options that are available to them, what times, and then they can simply choose the time that best suits them. So this allows you to save your time and your money, as well as not frustrate the customer. If, let's say, your staff is on the other line and your customer doesn't get somebody live to talk to them, they have to leave a voicemail, and then you have to call back to them, might not reach through. All of that can be gone if you put in an appointment or reservation scheduling online. So this is great for restaurant reservations, for beauty, hair salons, doctors, dentists, health professionals, car dealerships, sales appointments, various other professions and businesses. These are just some of the sites that I've listed, some of the industries that I have great benefit if they added an appointment and reservation scheduling. Now, if you want to be able to offer them another way to buy, online shopping is actually a growing trend in terms of how people shop. People don't always have the time nowadays to go into your store and buy from you. So if you give them the option to shop online, this will not only make you stand out in terms of your competitor, but also give the customer ease and convenience for shopping. They can simply shop at home without having to leave their house, drive to your store or business and purchase from you, then drive back and so forth. So this helps them save time and effort. So you want to be able to have an e-commerce shopping cart that you can easily update without having to have a lot of tech savvy, and just be able to update your products and services for sale as required. For products particularly, you want to be able to pan and zoom product images. So you want to be able to allow the customer to zoom in on specific parts of your products so that they can get a really good feel, because if they're shopping online, they're not at your physical store, so they won't be able to really actually fully appreciate how your product looks like. And you want to be able to give them the feel that they are in the store so that they can see in detail in terms of your product. You want to have multiple billing options. People nowadays, they have so many options in terms of how they can buy, and you want to be able to offer people that flexibility based on their financial needs. You want to make it so that they can easily reorder their product. Now, a lot of times, a business, especially a small to medium business, don't always have mobile sites. So what does this mean? Basically, a mobile site is version of your website so that when people are surfing the internet on their smartphones and visiting your site, you want to be able to make it so that it loads fast and easily allows them to find the information that they want. Now, why is this important? Well, how much do people use on their mobile phones? On average, Americans spend 2.7 hours per day socializing on their mobile device. So this means that people are surfing on their phones, and if they come across something that they think is interesting, they'll be able to share it with their friends who are probably sitting next to them, or their colleagues, etc. So you want to ensure that you have a mobile site, because on average, people expect a site to load within 3 seconds of them visiting it if they're searching for it on their smartphone. And so you want to make sure that people can see your contact information fairly quickly and be able to get in touch with you, know what your business is about, or how to get to your business. This is particularly important if you have a physical store, physical business location, or something like restaurants, places that require reservations, because hey, your customer can't use their smartphone while they're out and about to find out contact information for your business, then they'll simply move on to the next competitor who can easily provide that for them on their mobile phones. So you want to make sure you have that feature. Now, you also want to make sure that for your business, you want to ensure that it'll be easy for you to handle your inventory for fulfilling all of these buying purchases that your customers are making. So you want to ensure that your website is integrated to have product inventory management to keep track of how much do you have in your inventory, and ensure that you're not out of stock to be able to ship to people. Then you want to ensure that your website offers invoicing and packing slip tools if you're selling online, and also so that you can keep track of it for your accounting purposes and also for shipping to your customers. Then you can ensure that you can have virtual products or downloadable products if you do offer those. And how can you integrate that into your website? So after we talked about all of these ways to increase sales, let's talk about cost savings. Now, many companies will charge you $3,000 or more to create your website, and they'll continue to charge you for monthly support fee, and they might be slow or unreliable at updating your website when you request it. So there's two big problems with this. Now, when they're setting up your website, problem number one, the more web pages that you want, this usually translates to more cost. And let me just tell you why you want more web pages on your site. Reason one, customers love to research your products or services online before buying. People nowadays, they have so much information that they can look up. They want to ensure that they know everything about what your products and services offer. So you want to be able to give that to them because you want to be able to fulfill their questions, answer their questions before they purchase so that they're more likely to purchase. So the more web pages equals more information to persuade them to buy. Now reason two is that, as we discussed before, you can appear higher in search results if you have more web pages with the specific keywords in them. And the higher you are in terms of search results, the more likely that your customers will come to your business instead of going to your competitors. So problem two are the monthly maintenance costs. If you have a maintenance agreement, and this is an issue because you might not have needed any maintenance services that month, but you still have to pay for it. And so I'm not sure why, but I in particular don't believe in paying for something that I never used. Alright, so your own personal preference, but hey, if you want to continue paying for services that you didn't use, then go ahead. But in terms of your maintenance agreement, it might be contracted at a much higher cost than what other developers are offering. So you might get yourself stuck in a long-term agreement that's actually at a higher cost. The web developer might also be slow at making updates when you need it updated fast. And for example, let's say you have a special promotion that's going on for the next few days, and it's only just for the next few days. If it takes your web developer a few days to get back to you, then what's the point of getting that web developer? Because the sale would have already ended by then and your customers didn't find out. Therefore, this can actually cause you to lose customers or lose sales because of that. So you want to ensure that your web developer is timely. Now, if you don't have a maintenance agreement, you might have to wait a long time for an update. And the reason is because you have to go find a web developer to help you provide support, technical support on your website. And because you're not a regular customer of theirs, so you are put at the back of the line. And unless you're willing to pay more, of course. So you're probably put in the back of the line and there might be some lagging time. So this might mean you have to wait a long time. And it might cost you a lot of money for the web developer to make changes. The reason? Because this is just a one-time job for them. So they want to make sure that they can get as much money out of you as possible because you're not in a long-term contract with them. So they want to make sure they get your money. And oftentimes for web developers, it costs $50 to $100 or more per hour. The question you have to ask yourself is, do you make that much per hour? And depending on how many changes there are to your website, is that actually cost effective? So either way, you have a website that you can't make changes to, and that you may have to wait a long time for changes that could cost a lot of money. This means both increased costs and potentially lost sales. There's a couple solutions to this. Possible solution number one, ensure that you don't sign a long-term maintenance agreement to save costs and conserve your cash flow. This way you can test out the web developer in terms of reliability and how fast they respond to your request. And in the meantime, you can also find cheaper and better quality alternatives for web developers. There's also solution number two, which is do it yourself for setup and maintenance. Now there's benefits in this in that you can ensure your customers are up to date as your business changes because you're the one changing your website. So if you have last minute changes that you want to make, you can make them right there without having to wait for the web developer. You can save on costs by doing it yourself and not paying the web developer. And you can have as many web pages as you like to add so that you can help your customers have all the information that they want and also help you rank higher in terms of keywords on your web pages. There's some cons though. Your site might not look professional because, hey, depending on if you're savvy at web programs or websites, or if you simply get one that's just basic templates from a really cheap site, then it really might not look all that professional and all that customized. Now the downside to this is that you might have the best business in the world. Your store may look fantastic, but on your website, which is the first thing that your potential customer is going to see, they'll see your website, it's not that professional looking, and so they think, this is probably not a good business to visit. And so they'll just go to your competitor who may have a business that's worse, less product offerings, but their website looks fantastic. So it gives the customer the impression that their business is great. So you don't want that to happen. And so in the effort of helping you make your website a lot better, do you really have the time to research and learn how to customize your site? To make it professional looking, to have all of the features that you want? Do you really have that time? I mean, you're running a business after all. So whatever time you're putting into your website, this means that it's time that you're not spending on increasing sales or other parts of your operations. And you might not know how to continue maintaining your place in terms of search results. So you want to ensure that once you build your website, you want to have a way to continue to make sure that Google or the other search engines are still ranking you high. And if that's not happening, this means that you're losing potential customers to your competitors. What if there's a better way? You can still create your website and update it as necessary, but you don't have to go it alone and waste time figuring out how to make changes to your site. In fact, how about 24/7 support from a live specialist that will show you how to do every step via phone and on screen? And it costs less than most initial web designs or redesigns, monthly website support, or search engine optimization specialists. You can get a professional site that increases your prospects, your sales, and your referrals. It's easy to manage and update so that you don't have to be tech savvy, and you or your staff or even your kids can easily update it and make changes to your website as your business change. You can save money and it's affordable and includes all the features that I've discussed earlier. Now, as a special bonus for watching this video, I've opened up 100 free spots to let us impress you. We will construct a fully functional website for your business and schedule a free 45-minute walkthrough presentation to show you how our technology can benefit your business. Get your free spot by filling out the form below. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I hope that it's helped you with learning how to create a website that can help you increase your sales and decrease your costs. Don't forget, get your free spot by filling out the form below.